Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius, February 13, 2022. Get in touch with your vulnerable side today. Don't pretend to be someone you're not. Realize that you can be yourself and still have a good time without needing to have the attention of everyone in the room. Stabilize your mind and create space for you to grow. Take some of the advice that you give to other people and apply it to yourself. Things might be coming to a small climax in some way for you today. Set aside some time to think about what you can do to love yourself. It could be that you've been thinking a lot about the collective needs around you that you've failed to think about taking care of yourself. Realize that preaching your ideas and values to the world means nothing until you can adopt these good habits yourself. Your psychic senses could be highly activated today. You can tell if someone is in a bad mood long before you actually see them. You can sense it from across the room. And you can always figure out what someone really means from their tone of voice. Today you might pick up on some undercurrents at work. Trust the impressions that you receive. You can cut through to the truth quite easily today, so don't hesitate to do so. If you come to an intersection and no one seems to know who is next in line to proceed, take the initiative yourself and go ahead. It might not be a bad idea to signal to the other drivers what your intentions are before you make your move. Being aggressive with your actions does not mean that you should be reckless. The atmosphere in your home may depend on outside interventions. Don't let anyone interfere with your privacy and keep out intruders, whoever they are. Your emotionality will be heightened by the moon. And if you run into clashes with your loved ones, it will affect you more than you want to admit. Try to maintain a more serene climate. You're in the middle of something big, and you don't have nearly as much time for other people as usual, but that's okay. Every now and then you must rely on yourself to feel at peace. Carefully study the projects you might develop in the near future. A decision may need to be made today that appears to require logic and practicality, but you might find that no matter how hard you try, your feelings get in the way. Don't fight it. Sometimes it's best to step back and try to discern why your emotions are interfering. Is there a hidden factor you may not be considering? Are you aware of all the facts? Contemplate all possible contingencies before making a final commitment. You're not likely going to want to spend too much time around others on this day. It's a time that is filled with your own natural essence, and you are far more likely to be interested in spending time with your own thoughts. Even if this is a workday for you, you can always make plans to indulge in your favorite solo activities this evening. Be sure to consider the feelings of others if you do have to interact. It's good to dream, especially on days like today. Expanding your mind and thinking of possibilities are positive ways to increase your knowledge. Give yourself a little time to think. Why not lay on your back and watch the clouds or stars? Allow yourself to dream about things that may not seem practical or possible. Many real things have come out of someone's dreams. Your creativity will flourish if time is given to these activities. At the same time that the moon's departure from an adventurous part of your chart leaves the sun with everything needed to make his final 7 days in a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart count, it moves on to prepare for what comes next. What comes next is not only the sun's return to your work sector next week, but to join forces with the planets of luck and dreams to start making things happen. The moon not only returns to your career sector today, but comes full circle from last month's full moon, with a chance to check in on both job and career matters. As the sun moves into his final week in your romantic sector, it is with a boost in confidence after a friendly aspect to the moon yesterday. Yet while the moon will leave an adventurous part of your chart today, this won't see the spirit of romance and adventure that came together over the last few days wane, and instead, this has been just a taste of things to come. Your tarot reading for today. The Fool, the Hermit and the Lovers. This draw highlights some beautiful associations with the cards of the Tarot of Marseille. You're going to make great strides in your personal life, and you will see that during the month of February 2022, things will change in your favor. Here, the cards are highlighting a character who has done a lot so far, but has not received consideration and recognition of their work from their social environment. This is a lesson for you, to the extent you have lived through the same situation. Do not get discouraged, and remember the old adage, good things come to those who wait. When you believe in yourself, an idea or your life project, nothing can make you forget the efforts that you have made to achieve your goals. This situation is sometimes complicated to manage, but the draw announces a positive outcome in your case. In the coming weeks, you'll be able to express yourself and make your opinion valued in society. You should quickly observe opportunities in your personal life. These will come from your acquaintances, including a man who seems to be interested in you. By following the advice of this draw, your efforts should finally bear fruit. I know you have many qualities. You are a generous, intuitive, and very sensitive person. You're struggling to project yourself into the future and understand exactly what your life could be like in the years to come. Here, the cards highlight an area for reflection, especially on an emotional level, with the presence of this man in your draw. This person wants what's good for you above all, and feels apprehensive when it comes to talking to you about love. By paying attention to his advances, perhaps you might consider going further with this man. It's something you can start thinking about now. You will have time to reflect and consider the best solution in your life in February 2022. In the very first hour of the day, if you've stayed up late, you might experience a strong sense of well-being and a desire to be around other people due to the Moon-Jupiter square. These encounters could get a little serious due to the fact that your empathic nature is heightened by the Moon-Neptune sextile about the same time. That's okay, as long as you avoid excessive eating or drinking and dwelling on any negative thought patterns for too long. Keep your advice true but positive. In the afternoon, there are some astrological events taking place all within a short time. The Moon-Venus sextile makes you charming, tender, and irresistible, providing the perfect recipe for love. The Moon-Pluto trine enhances romance and makes you long to push boundaries and explore the darker side of things. Finally, the Venus-Pluto sextile also brings enormous potential for romance. Later in the afternoon, the Sun-Moon sextile only increases the harmony we feel between people and brings a sense of relaxation and relief. There is so much balance here that everyone will be presenting their most authentic self, so you're likely to be genuinely interested in other people and asking them questions about themselves. This is perfect for any new relationship.